What up, y'all? This is Uncle P, and happy Sunday and happy Father's Day to all the dads out there and the mom/dads who are taking up the position as the father in their children's life in case they don't have a dad. Happy Father's Day to everyone. In this video, we're going to talk about a couple of things. Number one, we're going to talk about the signals results, which you can see pretty much on the thumbnail, but I want to kind of explain that a little bit because there was a question that was brought up by one of my good friends in the group who had a question about the results and stuff like that, so I want to clarify that in case anybody else had a question. Number two, also, I want to... sorry, you guys. I'm actually in the great state of Tennessee today. Been out here for a couple of days, so we'll be heading back, but if you're in Tennessee, hello. Also, I want to go over news events this week. Last week was Hell Week. I call it Hell Week for anybody who doesn't trade and haven't been trading for a while, because there was a lot of news events that they double stacked and stuff like that, which I covered last week. And as you can see, you guys, that many of you guys, hopefully you're learning the reason why I tell you don't trade during news events, because even if you try to put a stop loss or try to do some of these strategies people are teaching, the market can move so freaking fast in both directions, up and down, and spike by a large number of pips in both directions before you can even move your finger. It can happen so fast, they can take out both sides and you end up losing. So it's just better to just simply wait until after news events are over, let the market settle at least 30 minutes to an hour. And then after that, you can, if you see a setup, you know, go ahead and take it. But I wouldn't be a person who would rush into doing that. That's one of the fastest ways to lose money. If you're a novice trader. Now, let me say this. There are some fundamental traders. Fundamental traders are people who are researching the news and they pretty much know exactly where the market is going to go. And so those are the people who actually are very good at swing trading, by the way, because they know what news is going to impact the currencies, not just for one-time news events, which most retail traders do. They're trying to jump on this one-time news event and make this quick money. No, fundamental traders look at the news event and say, how will this turn the tide of the currency overall? So therefore, when they knew in advance that the Feds were not going to raise interest rates, they knew in advance that the dollar probably was not going to rally any further. And so they had been selling off the dollar and riding it down for hundreds of pips. Or, as you can see, anything that was against the dollar just kept on going. You see the same thing with the JPY. Let me throw this in too. This is very important. Guys who have my trading system, Simplicity, and the others, don't continue to just only look for trend trades. I'm sorry, reversal trades, okay? I know a lot of us love trading reversals, but that's calling the tops and bottoms. And I do teach you what days and times to start looking for it. But in the beginning of the week, I keep trying to tell you guys most of the time. Now, this week may be different because you have the JPY pairs that was highly oversold. You have the USD, which was highly oversold. So this week may be different, but on the average, you want to start making sure you're looking at the overall master trend, maybe on the 4-hour or the daily time frame. And on those things, then you take the signals that are coming from the scanner, the Simplicity scanner, and you can ride those into the master trend. So for an example, if you were in the JPY pairs or the USD pairs, the AUD USD, GBP USD, so forth and so forth, you could have rolled those things for a very, very long time. I mean, you could have surfed away for a long time. So make sure you're not just using the trading system just to look for reversals, but use it, meaning the D1 strategy or the D30, you know, you got those strategies which teaches you how to ride the trend, okay? And I got a little cold in here because we was in the park yesterday for a family reunion for my wife. By the way, interesting fact, and I'll get back on point. Interesting fact, I went to their burial ground out here, and the name Bullock came up. And one of the things that I didn't know, well, my wife told me, but I didn't really, you know, she said, oh yeah, I'm related to Tina Turner. But in fact, yeah, they are related. So I've seen the family grounds and everything else. Yeah, my wife is related to Tina Turner. That's her cousin. But back on point. Let's get to the point. All right, so news is coming up. Let me talk about that. The first thing we need to know about the news is the Great British Pound is going to have some news coming out. They're going to have their inflation and they're going to have their interest rate news coming out this week. So make absolutely sure you're careful of that. Okay. There was another one, but I'm on the road and I apologize. I don't remember what it was, but that was the main one. I think it's the JPY. JPY is coming out, I think, with some news or something like that. But either way it goes, check it. I'm sorry I'm not in front of my computer, but I do know that the biggest one that I'm going to be paying attention to this week is going to be the GBP versus the GBP is coming out with interest rates, and they're coming out with their inflation numbers all in the same week. Now, here's the good part about what I like how they're doing it. At least they're wrapping up all the news in 1 week versus stretching out, having this one this week and that week. Okay. So you got plenty of other pairs to trade. So if you want to, just bypass it during those news events and then just come back when those are over. Okay. Now, last thing to address. One of our good friends in the group had asked a question about, and I know this question came up periodically. It comes up maybe once a year. So I want to address why. Like in the thumbnail that you see, that we put 14 wins and only 3 losses. And then we put how many exact pips are made in the live signals group. Now, for clarification, for those who's not in there, when you sign up for our signal service, it's actually 2 parts for 1 price. We send you out signals, typically between 10 to 12 signals a week or more. Okay. But besides the signals, there's also an opportunity for you to be in a live trading session with Miss Jenny. Okay. And in the live session, you guys are able to take trades live with her as a group. All right. So for clarification for everybody, what happened was I used to report our pip counts for the signal side of the service, but there was too much controversy because when you send out a signal, just imagine you have 200 people, okay? 100 people, 200 people, even 50 people. Let's just say you got 50 people. You send out a signal to them. Person 1 takes the signal immediately when they get the signal. Person 2 is in the bathroom. They take 10 minutes and then they come out before they take the signal. Person 3 is at work. They catch the signal 30 minutes later. It's still got some pips left on it, so they take the signal. So when we send out the report saying, okay, this trade was 50 pips or 40 pips. Okay, let's just say 40 pips. So I say we won this trade by 40 pips. Person A says, yes, that was a great 40 pips. Person 2 says, oh, no, that wasn't 40 pips. That was only 35 pips. Person 3 who came in and took the signal 30 minutes later says, I only made 10 pips off of it. Y'all ain't telling the truth. Do you see where the discretions come from? So because the signal is sent out, but people can take it at any given time that they want to, when we come out with a total, we got pushback saying it's not true, it's not true, it's not true. So what I did was I said, you know what? No longer will I even include the pip total for the signals to cut down on foolishness. Okay. That's the reason I did that. Now, on the flip side, Uncle P, why do you put the totals for Miss Jenny's group? I'll tell you exactly why. Because it's quite different if we take a trade together as a group. Like in my simplicity group, sometimes I will call out a trade right there in the group. I'll say, hey guys, look at this. I say, look at this setup, and boom, I'm saying, I'm getting in this right now. Okay, so what's the difference? Everybody is in there live at the exact same moment, and everybody can take the exact same trade at the exact same moment as an exact group. And therefore, it's far more accurate because we're all doing it at the exact same time. So therefore, if I say we made 80 pips on this trade or we made 30 pips on this trade, there's nobody in the group who can debate that. Why? Because it's no time. The timing is no longer a factor because we're all on the same page doing it at the same time versus the signals that were sent out. And it depends on when each individual person decided to see the signal and take it. Okay, so that's the reason why there's a separation between the two. So we just simply give totals of 14 wins and only 3 losses, which was phenomenal this week. Okay, phenomenal, just phenomenal. Okay, And then in the live sessions, there was 840 pips with Miss Jenny. Okay. So it was a beautiful trading week. And again, if you are struggling to pass the prop from challenges, or you just don't have the time to trade, which I get it. Like me, I'm out here in Tennessee. Sometimes I don't have the time to trade. I don't want to trade, you know, so I'll take Miss Dale with signals. Okay. I have no problem saying it. I'll take his signals. Why not? You know, why do the hard work when somebody else is scanning the charts and doing all the hard work, and then they just send me an alert? Why not? I'm on the road. Okay. I hope this is making sense. So again, I want to respect this person. He's been with us for a very long time. A very nice person. So if he had a question about it, I wanted to make sure to address it, so that anybody else who may have that question, they can get that answer. Okay. Other than that, you guys, I think we're going to have a very beautiful trading week. There's not much news. That doesn't mean that the markets won't do their typical manipulation. And if you're in my simplicity group, you know, look out for the ocean wave theory, because it's going to happen pretty much. That's their typical move of their manipulation of the market. So if you want to learn live trading from me every week, because every Wednesday I'm teaching a live class, all you have to do is just buy the Simplicity System. It's like buying a library. It's like if you go to college, they require you to buy, everybody in the room has to have the same exact study guide. Okay. You can't just bring any book you want to psychology class. They're going to assign you and say, hey, you need to get this particular book because this is going to be on a curriculum. And so this is the book we're going to be going throughout the session, the summer session or whatever. So everybody in the class, you will see them pull out the exact same book as the teacher is teaching. So in our sessions, it's the same thing. All you need to do is purchase the trading system. The classes, I've been teaching classes for years, never charge an extra dime for it. But you have to have the same trading system in order for me to be able to talk to you so that we can be on the same page. Okay? So if you have the Don't She On channels, the Elliott Wave Theory, or something else, and I'm talking about how to use the Simplicity System along with, and I do match it up with the Sexy Analyst, you know, the deal is, if I'm talking about how to use these systems, but you're trying to do something else, I can't help you. Okay, so part of being in my class is just purchase the trading system. It's a one-time fee. After that, you never have to pay for it again, and you can attend my class, and we can talk, and I actually do question and answer period where you can raise your hand, and we're on the charts, and we can talk, or we can talk about anything that you want to. It doesn't make any sense. We can talk about trading psychology, trading experiences, whatever you want to ask. It's okay. I don't have a problem with answering questions. As a matter of fact, it's my favorite part of class is the question and answer, because I actually get to meet people who I know is part of the group, but I actually get to talk to you and make great friends that way. So if you're needing that, please don't be cheap. Just do your thing. Okay. And it's so funny. I'm doing the video now, and I just see the pop up from the person who asked the question. It just popped up. So cool, man. I got you, bro. I got you. Much respect, man. Thank you for the question, by the way, too. And happy Father's Day to you. That's so, see how good God is. Now, I'm sitting here talking about the brother, and I'm not even live. I'm not doing a YouTube live. I'm not even doing a YouTube live. And look, I just seen it popped up on my phone. He sent me a message. Praise God. God is so good. Anyway, I think that's a wrap up for this video. You guys have a blessed time. I look forward to a great trading week with you guys. And again, me personally, I think I'm going to chill this week and just take Elvis signals. And then, you know, if I have time, I'll drop into Miss Jenny's. But I think I'm going to take a break this week. I think I am. Why? Why do the work? Let me leave y'all with one more blessing, okay? Give me a second. All right. Oh. All right. Sorry, y'all. I got a cold. Let me leave y'all with one more blessing, okay? Some of you guys, you get pissed off with rich people. I'm going to bless you today. Some of you guys, you get pissed off with rich people, but you're not willing to do what rich people do. One of the smartest things that rich people do, and I'm going to use Elon Musk, whether you like him or not, the man is smart. And I'm going to tell you why he's so smart. He's an example of what rich people do. There is no way this man can run Tesla, SpaceX, Twitter, and whatever other companies he got by one person and still have some sanity. That's thousands of employees, all the stuff that goes with it, building. And I had a conversation with a young man yesterday explaining the same thing. He's gifted, but he's burnt out. And I said, you know what the problem is with gifted people, with hungry people? They feel they have to do everything their doggone self. Did you hear what I said? And that is part of why some of you guys are burnt out now. You're trying to work a job. You're trying to do this, trying to be a good dad, trying to be a good mom. You're trying to handle all this thing. You're trying to trade thing. You're trying to da-da-da. And you're constantly on this wheel spinning, and you're getting burnt out and tired. And the truth of the matter is, why am I actually able to be on the road? Why am I actually able to just get up and go? Because this is one trip, then in a couple of weeks, we're heading out again. My next door neighbor just texted me this morning saying, man, I ain't seen you in a little while. I bet you didn't. Why? Because I'm out. Man, I'm gone. I'm gone. Why? Here's the reason why. Because I learned the power of outsource. Write this down. The power of outsource. Wise people who are of any wealth at all, I've noticed that they had the power of outsource. They realized their limitations. They were willing to part with some of their financial gains in order to get more financial gain and freedom. Did you hear what I said? All right, for an example, I used to own a lot of real estate properties, apartment buildings, condos, houses, and I used to rent all this stuff. Out, right? And the people call me up, tenants call me up, hey, my toilet stopped up. And there you go, 2 in the morning. And I said, you know what? I'm making money on these properties, but it's really not making money because my time is being chewed up taking care of things. And so instead of being greedy, I began to reach out to property management companies. And I found out that you can negotiate fees, you know, depending on how large the property is. A typical thing was like 10, 12% of whatever the monthly rent was. But the larger the property or the more properties you brought to them, they can lower that down. So I was able to negotiate sometimes 7%, 6%, 8% of them managing the properties. And when I say 8% or whatever the percentage is, that percentage was a percentage of the rent coming in. So I had to make sure that when I calculated how much I was going to charge for rent, that it would include in the cost basis paying the property management company. So here's the smart move. Was I actually paying the property management company? No, I wasn't ever paying the property management company. Who was paying the property management company? The tenant. They were paying it through their rent. So now I got a free service. And when the phone calls came in, they didn't come into me. They went to the property management company. And the property management company had already had authorization with a set pot of money that if anything happens that's within this limits, don't even bother me. Go ahead and take care of it because you have a savings account that I've given you authority to use. Are you with me? Don't bother me. The only time I want to hear from you is when you've collected the rent, paid. They even will pay the house note or whatever. They'll pay the loan. They'll pay the utilities for you. You don't have to lift a finger. And the only time you hear from them is once a month you get that check or that deposit into your account after they collected the rent, paid all your expenses, and then they send you the leftovers into your account. So realistically, it's a hands-off business. But it was only hands-off when I learned to take my hands off. Did you hear what I said? It only became a hands-off business when I learned to take my hands off. Same thing with trading. Sometimes I don't feel like trading. Trading is stressful. You know what makes it stressful? Trading is very easy, but the waiting to see whether your trade is going to go into take profit or whether it's going to hit your stop, that waiting period, which you have no control over, that is stressful because you have real money on the line. So it's your emotions, and your emotions can drain the heck out of you and make you tired. Are you with me? So therefore, I'm learning to at least take part of that away where I know there's a trusted person who I know is extremely good at trading. And that's Mr. Elvis. Take some signals from him. Why not? And I can be on the road. Just that simple. If I feel like going into a live session, you know, to trade live on the indices, okay, let me hop in quietly and join with Miss Jenny. I'm just simply telling you that you can reduce your stress by stop trying to handle everything yourself. Stop trying to figure everything out on your own. Pray and ask God for wisdom. And part of wisdom you'll find is doing what rich people do. They don't handle all this stuff. Elon Musk, the only reason he's able to run so many companies is because he starts them and then he finds people to oversee them. You hear what I'm saying? He'll start a company, but he says, okay, I'm looking for a president and CEO. I'm looking for a CEO. I'm looking for this. I'm looking for that. And he'll fill those roles by hiring people to facilitate it. And then he just become their boss to oversee it. And now he's back having a free time. Okay? All right, you guys. That's enough. Enjoy. Talk to y'all later. Bye.